Hello once again. This is Travis Wayne Goodsell with more breaking news about the LDS Church. The way I titled it, I'm hoping to draw as many views as I can. I don't really care about likes or dislikes for these particular breaking news videos. It's clear Mormons will continue to give me thumbs down regardless of what I say. It's just all based on the title of the video. So if it's anti-Mormon, then thumbs down. So Mormons are not reasonable. They're not rational. Why? Because they don't study, so that they can learn to discern. So yes, according to Mormons, I am the modern day Antichrist. The only problem is I fully believe in Christ, and I've done videos and blogs and vlogs and books about how I support Christ. Christ means anointed, and each and every one of you Mormons know that when you go through for your endowments, you are washed and anybody anointed. You become Christ through the temple ordinances. So you know this, but you're not putting two and two together. And you're getting fooled into other religions' beliefs about the matter. Because Christians, they don't have temple, thus they don't get anointed, thus they don't become Christs. Catholic Church, same thing. Jews, same thing. So it's interesting with the Jews because they believe in a latter-day Messiah. That's the Messiah they're looking for, and why they rejected Jesus. Because Jesus was murdered. He didn't establish the kingdom. But Messiah is the Hebrew word for the Greek word Christ, which is translated into English as anointed. So the last day's anointed one. That's who the Jews are looking for. And obviously it can't come from the Jews because the Jews don't have a temple. And yet they're waiting for the temple to be built, or waiting for the Messiah to come and tell them to build the temple. There's a split as to which it's supposed to be, and so they're not getting it. They're not putting two and two together. You can't have a Jewish anointed one come and tell the Jews, we need to start building the temple. I am the anointed one. Well, he hasn't had the temple to be anointed in, therefore he can't be the anointed one. So it's a paradox of Jewish theology, but if Jews actually understood their Tanakh, they would realize that Ezekiel says quite clearly that he is not of the Jews. He is raised up unto the the Goyim, and so the temple has to come from another church in order for him to be the anointed to come in the latter days. But I detract from my focus, which is tearing down the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You know, the Mormons. If you've been doing your research on my videos and my website, you would know where I stand. You would know where I come from, why I'm saying what I'm saying, why I am criticizing the church, which you call contending. And you then reference your Book of Mormon. Contend against no church but the church of the devil. Ooh, isn't that why I'm doing what I'm doing? Yes, that's exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. I am contending against the church of the devil, the Mormon church. How dare you! Thumbs down! Come on. Have you not read your Book of Mormon? It talks about the great and abominable church. It goes into very great detail. And then And then the Zoramites and King Noah and the Gadianton robbers and the Antichrist, which is where I got the inspiration for the title. Because true prophets confront the Antichrist who are causing people to leave the church. Now, the church only believes that John DeLynn and Denver Snuffer are the biggest threats of Antichristism to the Mormon church. They said so in their little presentation thing that I've posted on another video, which you can see it on the thumbnail. And then I have the actual picture in the video itself as I discuss it on various topics, which there are numerous ones in that picture. So, yeah, let's talk about it, shall we? Let's have a fireside. Oh, they did away with firesides, didn't they? And they're doing away with teaching you the scriptures. So I can't use the scriptures anymore. I have to use the words of the prophets, which in the previous video I did about Prophet Oakes, where he condemns Jesus Christ. Yes, he condemned Jesus Christ. Why? How? What do you mean? I'm sure he wouldn't do that. You're twisting things around, Travis. You're the Antichrist. You're apostate. Watch the video. He says it in a PBS documentary. You can't criticize the brethren even if you're right. What did Jesus do? WWJD, question mark. That used to be a thing. It's no longer a thing anymore because people can misinterpret what Jesus said and did. But then I go over from Matthew 23, starting in verse 13, because Jesus rips a new one in the Pharisees and the scribes. Pharisees were the religious leaders. Remember, Caiaphas is the great high priest of the Jews. That's like the president of the Jewish church. Jesus is criticizing them. So for Prophet Oakes to declare that criticizing leaders, church leaders, is wrong, Oakes, therefore, which is an easy deductive connection to make, he is saying that Jesus is wrong in criticizing the Pharisees, the scribes, the Sadducees, Caiaphas. So what are you going to do about it, Mormons? What is it going to take to get you to act for yourself? Because you can't wait for President Nelson to say, okay, Mormons, the church is a lie, go ahead and leave the church. Oh, the prophet has said it, now we'll do it. You know you're not supposed to be compelled in all things, especially to do the right. Doing the right is leaving the church, because it's the church of Satan. I've already gone over this. Brigham Young is illegitimate. So what's it going to take? See, the prophets don't see me as a threat, because as you notice, I don't get millions of views. I don't get hundreds of thousands of views. I don't get thousands of views, except for my Latter Days signs for going to Missouri video. And you know, there's a couple others. There's like a Hebrew one that has over 1,000 finally, but it's been 5 years, 4 years, 3, I don't know how many years. So, you know, what's it going to take, Mormons? You know, just because you do the Catholic monkey thing, even though Catholics are anti-evolution, and what they're doing is comparing the peon Catholics to monkeys with the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Great monkey pictures available online for anybody to see. But you know, that's not evil, people. And when the prophets try to suppress information, only church-approved materials, can't record the brethren, can't record meetings in the chapel or in the temple or in state conference. Or in special meetings. Or in secret meetings that we're holding. You know, you're not supposed to be having secret meetings, prophets. You know, it's okay to let us know what you're planning and organizing. Oh, but the devil will thwart the work of God. So, what about Jesus? Everybody knew what he was doing because he had to walk everywhere. Everybody was following him. He didn't have guards, although the apostles, I guess, protected him as they prevented children from seeing Jesus, and Jesus had to condemn the prophet or the apostles for not letting him see the children. But are you aware of downtown? The church has their own church security. The prophet has security for him. Nobody can talk with the prophet. He's a secret mystery man. And guess what they have in their administration building? Yeah. I was there before and after they put it in. Because I've had to go there for several issues throughout my life, having moved to Utah. As you walk in the administration building, which you'll notice up in the far upper left, there's a camera pointing down to see you. That is where church security will immediately be alerted and contact the guard posted inside the church administration building. And they've now set it up so that you cannot enter. Because guess what? There's a wall. Not just any wall, because you can see through the wall. It's magic. It's also bulletproof. With a little combination lock thing on it. Nobody can enter now. You have to go through security, and thus you have to have an appointment. And so at first, yes, I was able to go to the desk of the security guard and say, yeah, I'm here to speak with so-and-so, and they'll call so-and-so, and they'll say, he's not available at this time, you want to leave a message, or you want to leave your materials. Now it's... you ain't getting in. But the whole point, you know, Jesus didn't need weapons because he was not the aggressor. He was not going around killing people, even though there is that one passage that says that if people don't join the church, kill them. You don't know about it? You haven't been reading your New Testament, have you? But the stories, however, don't show Jesus as a ninja warrior going around converting people through threats and the knife. Even though he talks about the sword of justice and all that stuff. But the whole concept of a prophet needing to be protected from his own people, that says a lot, because it means that they're being corrupt. They're covering things up. They're keeping things a secret. And so I'm calling out the prophets. I've already done it. I've already exposed the church as being corrupt, illegitimate, not from God. I am anointed. I am a Christ, because I've gone through the temple. I even went through the temple back in the days of the So, yeah, I am the LDS Church's greatest threat. And no one can confound me. Why? Because I have done my research. I have grown the fruits from the seeds of the gospel, of the doctrine, of the theology, of the history. The prophets can't come out against me. They automatically lose if they attempt it. Mormons cannot come out against me. They automatically lose if they attempt it. Why? Because I am speaking truth. For anybody to attack the truth exposes you as the liars, as the criminals, as the antichrists. And so the title is sort of a twist on, play on words, because Mormons see me as the Antichrist, when in reality, they are being hypocritical. They are the Antichrist. I am the one who's confounding the Mormons. All the Mormons have is the Trump tactic of insulting me. That's it. That's all they have. Calling me names, threatening my life. They can't discuss doctrine to defend the church. So they automatically lose if they attack me. And the prophets, they can't win, because I would go right for the jugular and asking Oaks, so, President Oaks, Mormons can't criticize the prophets? Well, yes, of course, you can't criticize the prophets even if it's true. Game, set, match. The prophets would be forced to leave in shame. They cannot beat me because I know the truth. We can go on to tithing. Oh, isn't it supposed to be for the poor? But you're paying for the nice, lavish buildings at the expense of the poor. And the LDS Charities, which is not a part of the church, but is sort of run and operated by Mormons, indicated that they spent $2 billion on welfare last year, 2017. The church, according to Elder Oaks in 2016, in an article in the Deseret News, says that the church only spends $40 million on welfare for the whole world. So together, 2.4 million. 2.4 billion. Let me get my money amount right. So, wow, that's a lot, isn't it? No. The church this year invested $30 billion that was laundered through LLC companies. And Trump, of course, changed the law so that nobody can find out who gave the money to these LLC companies. Remember, they're in dealings with Russia. Russia is a crime mob organization. You don't make deals. You get extorted. You get bribed. So the church is full of wickedness if they think they're going to get a temple in Russia. They're already corrupted if we're already in Russia, because they don't let people in unless you have something they can hold over you as leverage, and that you give tribute to them on a regular basis, or they will expose you. And so just taking that $30 billion that they got this year invested into the stock market with $3 billion. So how much percentage-wise are the church giving to the poor? Well, that's 10%. Wow, that's great, just like a tithe. guess what? The church makes money off of tithing. They make money off of profit businesses. You know, Channel 5 in Utah, that's run by the church. Bonneville Communications. The newspapers, they have profit businesses. They also have BYUs. BYU Provo, BYU Idaho, BYU Hawaii. So those are the other businesses that they have where they make money. And then of course they're non-profit by collecting tithing and fast offerings and other offerings. See, the fast offerings is intended to go for the poor, but it was supposed to be tithing anciently. They've twisted that around. You know, what is Ezekiel 17, or is it 16? One of them has to do with the last days, and the other has to do with why Sodom fell. I think it's 17. It says specifically, this is the sins of your sister Sodom. Neglecting the poor. They were rich, but they neglected the poor, and thus had to be destroyed. So guess what? Oh, but God hasn't destroyed us. It's coming. So yeah, the brethren got nothing on me. They can't come after me. You know, they lose if they attack me. And so they're hoping that you won't watch this video so that they can continue to abuse and commit sin. You need to stand up, walk out, and hold them accountable. Leave the church. Leave it now.